Oh, hello! My name is Aluna Vane. Welcome to my humble floral abode, and I'm here today to talk about facial feminization surgery and my gripping personal journey with facial feminization surgery. So, let me start this off by saying that I am incredibly grateful. I was in a fortunate, privileged, and highly unlikely situation, but this all goes to say that facial feminization surgery is not necessarily what I expected. So I think before the surgery, I put myself in a certain mind space, which I worked quite hard to not do, and alas, here we are. I was really thinking about this one thing and this one thing alone, which was FFS. At the time I had other huge life events going on, and people would ask about those, and I could hardly concentrate on them. Once I got the news that I was going to have the surgery, I wrote that on my calendar, and that was all I looked at and all I thought about. I just had to know, is it here yet? Oh my gosh, only 27 days to go. That's like the 9 times 3, and once there's 9 days left, I was just doing crazy mental math and arithmetics to try and make the surgery come quicker. Because there's an inherent amount of excitement with a surgery like this. I was really focused on what I thought the results would be, rather than just sitting back and accepting what they could be, which is clearly the logical, mature, adult, professional approach that I did not take. The reason I was so focused on this singular date and this singular thing is because I really thought that when I got FFS, I would pass. I truly thought it was an on-off switch, and in part I kind of signed myself up for this because I didn't want to look at any photos, I didn't want to look at any videos beforehand, I didn't want to put my expectations in a certain kind of way, I'm just going into the surgery as me, this is what's going to happen. But from everything I had seen before, from everything I knew about, I really thought that getting FFS would be it, that was the holy grail, and that once I had FFS, I would be cisgender, and I just wouldn't need to be trans anymore. It's that easy, which is what happened. I really tried to not get my hopes too high, even having that in mind. I thought, okay, I'm gonna pass, but maybe I'll pass in a certain kind of way, Maybe I'll pass and I'll look feminine, but still like I got hit by a bus, like a certain kind of feminine. I don't know. I just wasn't trying to get my hopes up. But along the way, I did not prepare myself for the possibility that I might come out of FFS still looking like a boy, which is not entirely true. You can pity me all day in the comment section if you so choose, but just know that when I look in the mirror, I still identify masculine features on my face. And I'm not done fully healing yet. It's been about 1 month. Actually, today marks 1 month exactly since I've had facial feminization surgery, so I'm still a little puffy all over the place. This all goes to say, I had this perception and, I got out of the surgery and looked in the mirror and I looked like a blobfish, which was cool. Maybe I'll include some pictures, maybe I won't. Probably not. Sorry. Once I was finally healed, taking a look at myself, I kind of began to realize that FFS did not fix everything. FFS didn't make me cis, and I want my money back. I need a refund. But I'll keep the face. Thanks, though. Yeah, beggars can be choosers. So, yeah, as I recovered over the days and weeks, I began to realize that I very well may not pass. I might just look like a more feminine version of myself. But that being said, if myself was already rather masculine to begin with, then the end result is just going to be someone who's, kind of androgynous, or even just a rather feminine looking guy. Because of the features I had before, even when my bones are readjusted in certain ways, they still might not even come close to the features that other trans people are born with. And that's what we call passing privilege. So for me, having my features changed put me in a position where my face is not entirely feminine. It's just more feminine. And for me, that's really good. So I really have no reason to complain. We should really stop comparing ourselves to others. If I really wanted to get down on myself about this surgery, I would compare myself to every other bitch who's out there. You know, I'd go on Instagram.com and I would search fucking hashtag transgender and look at all of the beautiful people in my community who pass brilliantly. And I should mention, passing is not what it's about. Passing is an illusion, okay? But it's what I want, for me, you know, and that's what the whole trans experience is about. So anyways, but so there are all these other beautiful members of the community who pass brilliantly, right? And I could go on there and I could look at them and I could scrutinize their bone structure till the end of time, but it wouldn't do me any good. So I guess little philosophy lesson is you need to focus on change in your life. You need to focus on personal change, personal growth, you know? I don't care how fishy these other bitches are. I mean, obviously I do, but I'm trying not to, right? Really, I just gotta focus on one person, which is me. It's this person. So that's what it's about. It's personal growth and development and learning to love yourself. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This all goes to say that having FFS did not make me pass. Dun dun dun! Maybe it made me more passable because all of gender exists on a gradient, but it didn't do the thing that I had somehow falsely assumed it would, which was just flick a switch, you know, and make me into a girl. And you know, my first time going out and about, after getting all of this done, I was misgendered. Which was sick. Which made me think, well then, what'd I get it done for? But I certainly didn't get it done for those two dickwads working at the car lot, right? Like, the thing I didn't realize about facial feminization surgery is that it wouldn't make me pass. But look at how beautiful I am. I guess the other thing that I kind of forgot about when I was so narrowly focused on the face is that gender is about so much more than just the way you look or right up here, you know? Gender is about, it's about the way you dress. It's about the way you speak, your mannerisms. It's about really your spirit and your soul, in addition to 5 million other things. And so I kind of lost sight of that when I was so narrowly focused on my face. I really thought that having these restructured that would be it. Then I could do whatever I want and dress however I want, and I'd just always be feminine because of that singular feature, but that's not true. Even people with the most feminine of faces still wear certain outfits or talk in a certain way if they choose to, you know, if they're a feminine identifying person. I guess that's the thing, you know, is regardless of who you are or how you look, you will always need to work for your gender. And sure, for cis people, it's easier than others, all right. But you still need to put on the clothes, and you still need to act a certain way and talk a certain way. I mean, why do you think toxic masculinity's a thing? Am I right, folks? Am I right? There is one other thing that I didn't realize about facial feminization surgery, and that is how quickly I would forget what my old face looked like. I don't know. Don't ask me. I sure as heck don't have a camera or a picture of that face. I didn't realize how quickly I would kind of lose sight of how I used to be, which is not such a bad thing, and how quickly I would come to adopt this new visage, this new likeness. I really thought it was going to take quite some time and that it was going to be this mental readjustment, you know? So much of our identity is rooted in the way we look, especially because it determines how we treat us and how others treat us. And so obviously I assumed that this large chunk of myself would be rooted in my old appearance, and that it was going to take so long for my brain to adapt to this newly formed one. That was not the case. In fact, it was really quite surprising how hastily my brain adopted this new face. It feels like this is always how it's been. It feels incredibly natural and organic and true to myself, which is just a testament to my surgeon's incredible craftsmanship. But I really thought it was going to be a jarring adjustment, and it really wasn't. My brain pretty much just eliminated what once was, and now it almost feels like I just assumed this is how things have always been. How could they have been any other way? This has always been my face, my look, and that's just entirely not true. It's kind of like, you know, when you have a stuffy nose and all you can think about is your stuffy nose. You're like, oh my god, I'm so miserable. And you just want to no longer be stuffy. You just wish that your sinuses would release you from this fresh hell, from your prison of nasal torture. Well, that's like gender dysphoria, right? On your face. So me having a certain kind of face was my stuffy nose. And then finally, when you no longer have a stuffy nose, when you've recovered from your cold or your allergies and your sinuses clear up, or you just did a fat bump of cocaine, you almost kind of forget that you were stuffed up. Once you recover from a cold, you don't spend your time reflecting on the cold you just had, thinking, oh yeah, that was nasty and I'm glad my nose ain't stuffed. No, you go outside and you gallivant and you frolic in the world. I mean, not right now, obviously, LMAO. But like, once you recover from a cold, it's the last thing you think about. You just get right back to life as it is, or life as it was. My stuffy nose is gone, and I've completely forgotten that I had it. Which is pretty cool. In conclusion, what did I not realize about facial feminization surgery? Well, I didn't realize that it wouldn't fix everything. I didn't realize that it wouldn't make me pass. And most of all, I didn't realize how natural it would be, and how much it would feel like myself. I don't know if those are good things or if those are bad things. I don't know if we need to put a label on them, but those are the things that I didn't expect going into this. And if you're someone who's looking into it, those are the things that I want you to know. That's the experience that I want to share. Ultimately, I think they're all good things. How could I not be pleased with such a change in my life? Something that I craved for so long. And now I have this newfound sense of freedom. And I mean, just look at me. I'm like a goddamn model. Anyways, if you like this video, please slap that subscribe button down below, smash that bell icon, follow me on Instagram.com at AlunaVane. This is me, Aluna. Follow me on SoundCloud at AlunaVane. Leave a comment, leave a like, let me know what you think. Leave some hate mail if you want. Send me a dick pic. Yeah, just try me. Anyways, that's all. I have a lot of thoughts about bone structure and passing privilege and the face. We'll talk about things. I'll be back. Anyways, this is AlunaVane. I love you all dearly. Bye.